I'm Adam Todd. Welcome to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. I believe that the best way to engage students in a 21st century classroom is to immerse them with the transformative tools that will empower each and every one of them to excel in the world that awaits. My aim? To ignite the spark that propels you and your students into an advanced tomorrow. And your journey into that future starts right now. Classroom Dynamics is supported by Logitech. As education continues to evolve, so does Logitech Education, your partner in content creation for the classroom. With Logitech's cutting-edge technology, students not only learn but also become content creators. Whether it's in person or online, Logitech's tools are designed to inspire educators and learners alike. Capture every educational moment in stunning detail and edit, produce, and share your creative journey with ease. Logitech Education, inspiring the next generation of creators. For more, visit logitech.com/education, transforming classrooms one innovation at a time. Welcome to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. Hi everybody, I'm your host Adam Todd. Get ready to tap into the power of motivation and innovative teaching strategies. Together, we'll ignite a love for learning in your students, fostering an inclusive environment where every child can thrive. Join us on this transformational adventure that empowers you to unlock your full potential as an educator. This is Classroom Dynamics, where inspiration meets innovation. Welcome to Classroom Dynamics, the podcast where we get into the exciting world of technology and education. Hi everybody, I'm your host Adam Todd, and today's episode is all about safeguarding our educational investments with physical edtech protective solutions with higher ground gear. Think about it. Schools allocate significant portions of their budgets to technology, and it's crucial to ensure that these investments are well protected. That's where higher ground gear comes into play. Imagine this scenario. A student accidentally knocks into a table and a laptop takes a tumble. Without the proper protection, that can spell disaster. But with higher ground gear, you can breathe easy knowing that your technology is safeguarded against the unexpected. Or how about this? We've all seen it. A student rushes to pack up their belongings at the end of the day only for their laptop to slip from their hands. Or a student walking around the classroom isn't holding their device with a tight grip and they bump into someone because they weren't paying attention and their device ends up hitting the floor. It's a common occurrence in the hustle and bustle of a busy classroom. Trust me, it happens more times than you can imagine. But with higher ground gear, you're not just investing in a protective case, you're also investing in peace of mind. Higher ground gear cases are engineered with durability in mind. They undergo rigorous testing to ensure that they can withstand the rigors of daily classroom life. These cases are not just an accessory. They're a shield against accidental drops, spills, and the normal wear and tear that comes with everyday use. And here's the most important piece of the equation. Higher ground gear offers a wide range of case options to suit different devices, making it a versatile choice for schools with diverse technology needs. From laptop and Chromebook cases to tablet protection, they've got you covered literally. And as schools continue to invest a considerable amount of time and money in securing technology for the benefit of their students, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars can be invested in devices. Protecting those investments is not just a good idea, it's really a responsibility. Now, I recently had the chance to meet and talk with Alex Stevens from Higher Ground Gear at the New York State Association for Computers and Technologies in Education Conference in Rochester, New York. And he shared some interesting insights into protective cases that I thought you would be interested in. We'll sit down and chat with Alex right after this. Introducing the Logitech Zone Learn headset, a sleek and sophisticated tool crafted to enhance your learning experience. Designed for adaptability, this cutting-edge headset effortlessly transforms any environment into a focused learning zone, be it at home, in a bustling classroom, or on the move. With crystal clear audio and advanced noise-canceling technology, the Zone Learn headset tailors a personalized learning space for your undisturbed concentration. Immerse yourself in coursework, language learning, or virtual presentations presentations with confidence. The precision microphone ensures your voice is heard clearly in virtual classes and meetings, adding impact to your presentations and discussions. Logitech Zone Learn, where sleek design meets advanced technology, revolutionizing the way you learn. Elevate your study sessions, enhance virtual experiences, and embrace the future of education with Logitech. Always connected, always focused, always learning. The Zone Learn headset, your key to success. Are you a dedicated educator searching for fresh and engaging resources to inspire your students? Look no further than Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers. Discover a treasure trove of easy-to-use lesson plans, vibrant visuals, and interactive activities designed to captivate young minds and ignite their love for learning. Unlock the potential within your classroom with Highly Motivated, from differentiated lap books to test prep passages on a multitude of topics. Our wide range of materials cater to most elementary and middle school grade levels. Join the community of passionate teachers who have already transformed their classrooms. Visit Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers and get ready to inspire, motivate, and empower your students like never before. Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers, where knowledge meets inspiration.
For over 20 years, Higher Ground has designed functional technology protection, helping students to work or learn anytime, anywhere. I'm Mark, president of Higher Ground, and I want to share with you how you can get a free sample of any of our rugged shells, sleeves, or clear backpacks. Visit hggear.com/sample and use your school's email and address. One thing, don't tell Alex, because he'll be stuck with all the paperwork. Request yours and see for yourself how Higher Ground can help save your students and school downtime and money. Just remember, don't tell Alex.
Mark, what are all these sample requests filling my inbox?
Higher Ground Gear is committed to protecting edtech devices and investments. And as educators, we know that accidents do happen, but with Higher Ground laptop cases, you can minimize the impact and keep your devices in top-notch condition. To talk about just that, I'd like to welcome Alex Stevens as my special guest to Classroom Dynamics, who is here to share some insights about how we can better protect our valuable educational tools. Welcome to Classroom Dynamics.
Thank you so much for having me. Honored to be on the show. My name is Alex Stevens. I am an account director for Higher Ground Gear. We are a Chromebook, iPad case manufacturer. We have bags, molded cases, and everything you would need to protect devices within the school system.
That's awesome. I know we actually met and hung out a bit and chatted about all the gear at NiceGate this year back in November. And you guys really do have some really cool protective cases. And I have to be honest, I've been using the Data Keeper Plus and the Capsule Plus this week to try it out with one of my laptops, and I absolutely love them. And for a student in middle school or even high school, it's great because it not only does the job of protecting the device, but it also has a front zipper pocket for, say, pens, a notepad, a flash drive, things like that, which make the case more than just a case, right? So even the shoulder strap as an accessory is really cool. But let's get into the logistics of protective case options, because schools do often have diverse technology needs, from tablets to smaller laptops like Chromebooks to larger size laptops. What's the range of protective solutions that Higher Ground Gear offers?
Yeah, so we offer everything on the just like standard devices it would be from 11 to 15 inch predominantly. So we have an assortment of always-ons and sleeve options that they could use. Most popular would probably be the always-on options, as like some of the smaller versions even are compatible with MacBooks. Would say the 11 inch is our top seller. But like I said, we do an assortment of things, bags for staff, just everything's just made to last. I always joke around, with our designers, and I tell them that they actually make the items too durable because we'd like to sell more of them and then have them, be out there for so long. We hear people all the time. They're telling us, "Oh, we've been using that case for 7 years." I'm like, God, man, but the stuff really does hold up. I've been using it, for years myself. Not just because of I work here, but the functionality of it is just absolutely the best.
And it's stylish too. It actually looks pretty nice, doesn't it? It has a cool look.
Yeah, it does. Especially like now, everyone's loving the clean shell model that they're able to actually just clean, and it wipes, and wipe it down with disinfectants. Also, like one of the big things in a lot of school systems, not necessarily depending on the area of the country, is bed bugs and just normal smells. So that has been a huge thing for us. In terms of like, people who weren't doing cases or only were doing specific style of cases. They're like, hey, we could use this now, to prevent, bed bugs and any other type of, kids, how they are. They're always spilling stuff. There's always something that's going to go on. So once you kind of, you get something on it, it's pretty much, you're going to be in big trouble. So that's why that model's been great for us.
I almost want to say that it happens more probably with the younger kids, but I've seen some of the high school kids too. I have a high school student at home, so I've seen like how it can actually take a beating, and it doesn't have that like, oh my goodness, it's going to break kind of feel to it. It has, a very nice, sleek look to it. It looks like, it's a professional kind of case. And I think for a student, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, they're made if you're using the capsule, I mean, that alone is just the functionality on that. It's like once people start using higher ground products, our customer retention rate is extremely high because they actually, really do protect the devices. So, you might pay a little bit more, on the front end, but like in terms of like, if you actually drop your device in the case, like you're going to be fine. Like I've dropped mine countless times. I've actually got to the point when I was using the always on option, I was borderline careless because I was so confident that the case would hold up. I would drop it at airports, wherever I would be. So yeah, the stuff's made to last. For sure.
So in a classroom environment, that should not be a problem because especially with kids the way they are, sometimes they're not paying attention. They're not really, all in their responsibility role. And I think that's a big thing to have that for a teacher and even for the school itself that put the money into it in the first place to be able to protect it that way. I think that's a great selling point.
Absolutely.
So schools can spend, we just mentioning about money and the investment, schools do spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on edtech equipment, especially since the pandemic, for just not even just for their students, but just for the staff too. Really everyone who's involved, and protecting those investments and keeping devices working for as long as possible can be a challenge. Is there any data that Higher Ground Gear has to show how much longer devices really can keep going just by what you provide for them?
Yeah, I mean, we hear it all the time. People just always are mentioning to us that, this particular case has saved us so much money and so much time repairing screens and, keyboards. And it just keeps the device in a much better, situation than it's like, people always ask me about what I do in selling cases to education. And I always explain to them, I said, if we were 13 and they gave us a device, what do you think would happen to us? We didn't pay for this device. School gave it to us. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, good point. Because you remember how it was when you were kids, especially when you were careless on something that like wasn't purchased, by you. And, it's just the nature, the nature of kids in the school system. So yeah, we hear it all the time about how everything holds up and, the durability, et cetera. So yeah, for sure.
I see it all the time with kids, and again, yes, it's because that ownership is not really there completely. They didn't buy it. They were given the device by the school. And it is kind of true that when you're not responsible for it in that manner and the monetary aspect of it is taken out of the equation, I think, yes, that carelessness mentality of like, it's not really mine to begin with kind of does play a role in how careless they could actually be.
Oh, absolutely.
So considering the environmental impact of tech accessories, sustainability has become a huge factor, a big critical factor in how schools, are spending money, where they're getting the money. Is there any initiative that Higher Ground puts into their products so that it's more eco-friendly and environmentally sound?
Yeah, I mean, we only use really high quality, EVA foam. But like one of the main things I know, like the whole thing with the clear backpacks, like we're the only company that's making clear backpacks that's using a complete TPU model that has no off-gassing whatsoever. So a lot of school districts around the country have been purchasing clear backpacks, obviously, for security purposes. And some of them couldn't even deploy the bags that they spent, hundreds of thousands of dollars on because they have off-gassing for cancer, et cetera. So Yeah, like we're very, cognizant about using, really, really good quality materials on all our products.
My daughter, last year, they were all asked to purchase clear backpacks, the whole school, because they had some incidents once or twice. And, that is something that's becoming more and more popular, as you mentioned, because you want durability, you want functionality. Unfortunately, the kids want style too. And even without the clear cases, there is style in these. Just the color, the design of the whole bag. It actually doesn't look like a case anymore. It's not that hard plastic, very sterilized kind of looking case.
Yeah, that was something that everyone's been saying for years. Like it has like a very corporatized feel where like, you could see the businessman using the exact case that the kid's using. Like for me, like I wouldn't be using it if I didn't like it. If I didn't think it was the functionality was good, and also looks good, like good when you use it. I mean, all my friends use them. It's a really good item. A lot of the cases, whether you want always ons, hard shells, sleeves, they all serve a purpose, and everybody has a different preference of what they like.
That business like feel to it, right? Businessman feel to it. It has that corporate feel. And so I think that also kind of comes across with the kids when they're going to school. It's not that funky neon green backpack or something. It's like it's a more sophisticated, more, just engaging feel to it. And I think that actually might even translate into the work that they do because of it.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, one of the funny things for staff, like we do so many different districts around the country staff bags because they always pick ours. Like we know, like if we put our bag up against somebody else, like they're going to choose ours, so that's something that's always been, a thing where we have a lot of staff at school districts using our stuff because they think it looks better.
Like 10 years ago, you could almost foresee the size of book bags shrinking. More and more resources were going digital. They're even still going more and more digital, even as we speak. And, those bulky textbooks, they were disappearing. They're still disappearing. Is there anything that Higher Ground Gear is working on in the future for future products that schools can get excited about that you might be able to even share with us?
So we do have the newest version of our shuttle, which will be released sometime in 2024. It's called the Shuttle 4.0. It's just completely re-engineered for the new size of Chromebooks. Like whereas the Chromebooks are always getting a little bit smaller, screens and stuff like that. We have a new we haven't seen it yet, but we do know that it is in the works. And also we were always predominantly more known as a cut and sew company, meaning always ons and bags and stuff like that. And now we have a large assortment of molded items for Chromebook. That's something that we've, wanted in an area that we've wanted to crack into, which we've done a pretty good job at so far.
It's true too, because think about it. Like when we were kids, we had those big, bulky, giant book bags that just carried everything and anything you could imagine. Because everything is so digital, Google Classroom, even, just putting things on a flash drive if you're not using something that's cloud-based. Just your needs are smaller. And I think, some of the products that you guys have address that. And so it is less bulky. There's less to carry. There's not that strain on a kid's back anymore, like it used to be with us, where we were carrying probably 50 or 60 pounds around with us all day long. Now you could stick your laptop, your Chromebook, an iPad right into one of the cases. You have a pocket on a lot of the products where you can keep those extra little things, a couple of dollars, your school ID, whatever the case is. And it's so much better. It's just a little bit more free for the kids to kind of enjoy and not have to worry about carrying and lugging around, all those pounds of textbooks and nonsense that they used to carry.
Yeah, I just had a flashback of how heavy my backpack was when I was in like elementary school. It was just like 8 textbooks, everything in there.
Yep. And remember when you had to figure out, okay, well, today was science and social studies. I got to make sure I have those textbooks. And then, now you don't have to worry about that. But it's nice that it fits all into one bag.
Absolutely agreed.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really glad that we had a chance to have you on the podcast with us. Most schools do pour a lot of thought and money into obtaining their devices, yet many may not put much thought into actually protecting those costly investments. And some schools do spend quite a lot of money constantly having to fix broken devices that otherwise may not have been damaged because of an accidental drop. And with kids involved in the equation, obviously anything and everything is possible. Before we go, tell everyone where they can find out more more information about Higher Ground products?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is hggear.com with two G's, hggear.com. My name is Alex, and you can email me at alex@hggear.com. That's ALEX at hggear.com.
That's awesome. Well, for those of you who have been listening, thank you for tuning in today, and make sure that you share what you've learned or any takeaways or reflections that you've had, and tag us on Twitter at Class Dynamics or Instagram at Classroom Dynamics Podcast. We'd love to hear your thoughts on our episodes and sharing the different ways in which you're using what you've learned. You can also help to support Classroom Dynamics with as little as $3 a month at classroomdynamicspodcast.buzzsprout.com. I'd like to thank Alex Stevens from Higher Ground Gear for hanging out with us today on the podcast. It's been a pleasure having you. It was great seeing you again, too.
Yeah, it really was. It was a great experience for me to come on. It was really good hanging with you when we met in Rochester a couple weeks ago. But I also just want to add for our New York City listeners that all our items can be purchased on the Shop DOE portal. Just search Higher Ground in the top, key bar on the top.
This has been a lot of fun. Glad you were able to stop by.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Classroom Dynamics. I hope you found today's discussion insightful and uplifting. As always, my aim is to provide practical strategies and powerful insights to fuel your motivation as an educator. Remember, it's never too late to strengthen your craft, and it's always a good idea to embrace new ways to bring technology into your classroom. I'm Adam Todd, and you've been listening to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. Follow us on X at Class Dynamics or on Instagram at Classroom Dynamics Podcast. If you haven't already, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. And if you know a teacher who may benefit from today's show, please share it with them. We love to hear your thoughts on our episodes and sharing ways that you're using what you've learned. You can also help support Classroom Dynamics with as little as $3 a month at classroomdynamicspodcast.buzzsprout.com. Stay tuned for more captivating conversations and inspiring stories. Keep igniting that spark in your classroom and believe in the incredible impact you have as an educator. You're more powerful and inspirational than you think. If you loved this episode, you'll enjoy my conversation with the incredible work of some of Promethean's educational consultants and their unwavering commitment to shaping the future of education through the Active Panel. We'll discuss the Active Panel's apps like the popular Spinner and Infinite Whiteboard and how these features are creating engaging ways to learn in the classroom. So whether you're an educator seeking inspiration or simply curious about the future of edtech, this episode offers valuable insights into the impactful work being done by Promethean's passionate team of educational experts.
The poster paper, the charts and all, they're still hanging in the classroom. Kids don't have access to those when they get home, right? Like, I mean, now a kid can get their phone out, take a picture, but if we're doing more digitally, then we're not just engaging them there, we're engaging them at home because we can easily share that